Art is an innate part of the human experience. Creativity is intrinsically human, and since the dawn of time, we as a species have used our creative prowess to express ourselves. Whether that means adorning the walls of caves with our exploits to brag about the hunt, banging drums to make sure you're heard above the noise, moving our bodies in weird and wonderful ways to express the things that words cannot, or speaking melodically in the form of song to convey emotion, the human story simply cannot be told without art. Dare I say, even software developers in their own way transform lines of code into visually appealing user journeys. Art, just with fewer brushstrokes and more semicolons. And heck, I myself am a walking example of spontaneity and expression, having literally covered my body with my own story, much to my Jewish mother's dismay. This is why the words "I can't sing" bother me. Unless someone is born with the unfortunate inability to utter sound, they can certainly sing. Now, whether or not society dictates that the singing in question is actually good, that's a different story. But we're all musicians at heart. A child clapping their hands to the beat, that's music. The bored co-worker tapping their pen on the desk in an effort to stave off a post-lunch coma, that's music too. And let's not forget the ever-melodic soundtrack of Johannesburg, with taxis hooting rhythmically just beyond the confines of the BBD Johannesburg offices. Okay, that's a bit of a stretch, but you get my point. We all have the ability to march to the beat of our own drum, both metaphorically and literally. But what happens when this beautifully human ability is hijacked? What happens when something that once threatened to only take over the mundane jobs of the past starts to encroach on the very thing that makes us human? What happens when artificial intelligence writes music? This isn't exactly new. AI-generated music has been around for a while, but the level to which it has evolved is unsettling, to say the least. You see, I'm somewhat of a musician myself, and when I first heard about AI-generated music, my initial fascination quickly turned to fear. What does this mean for me? I asked myself, knowing full well that my illustrious music career has yet to produce a chart topper or even a decent karaoke night performance. How dare they steal my job? It's similar to how I felt as a designer when products like Midjourney first hit the scene. Suddenly, it wasn't just Excel spreadsheets we had to worry about being automated, it was creativity itself. The fear was real. Stephen Hawking warned us that robots would come, and come they did, armed with digital paintbrushes and algorithms. It took some time and a few enlightening conversations for me to realize that we could either shy away in fear or embrace AI, harnessing it to amplify our own creativity. And that sounds great in theory, but there's still a nagging sense that something's different this time. First ever AI cover I heard was this: "Embrace yourself."
There's a fire starting in my heart. Each eating a fever pitch is bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and stealth me out and I'll lay your ship bare. See, I'll leave with every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I will do. There's a fire starting in my heart. Each eating a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the dark. The scars of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The scars of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep. You have a heart and style in your hand, and you played it to the beat.
For those of you unfamiliar with these gorgeous soulful musings, that's Adele's Rolling in the Deep, performed by none other than Plankton of Bikini Bottom. Sheldon J. Plankton belting his heart out to Adele's smash hit. And let me tell you, when I first heard this, I was genuinely struck by the raw emotion in Plankton's voice. Sure, it's just an AI mimicking his cadence over Adele's track, but still, there's something about it that gives me chills every time. And this raises an interesting question. Who's worse off in this situation? Is it Adele, whose song has been contorted to fit the tonality of an oceanic villain? Or is it Douglas Lawrence Osowski, Mr. Lawrence, the voice actor who brought Plankton to life? The answer, I believe, is both. And you don't have to take my word for it. Billie Eilish, Nicki Minaj, Stevie Wonder, and over 200 other high-profile musicians have signed an open letter calling for the protection against the predatory use of AI that mimics artists' voices, likenesses, and sound. Some of the biggest and most powerful companies are, without permission, using our work to train AI models, the letter states. These efforts are directly aimed at replacing the work of human artists with massive quantities of AI-created sounds and images that substantially dilute the royalty pools that are paid out to artists. So in other words, even titans of the industry are worried that robots might be tuning them out. In March, Tennessee became the first state in the US to protect musicians with what's being called the Elvis Act, making it illegal to replicate artists' voices without their consent. And let's be honest, if Elvis can't be impersonated by machines in Tennessee, then we've got ourselves a full-blown crisis. But where does that leave us when AI finds ways to sidestep this legal mumbo-jumbo? Enter Suno. Now, Suno isn't the only AI music generator out there, but it holds a special place in my heart. It was the first AI tool that completely rocked my worldview over a casual family dinner. Suno makes it frighteningly easy to create music from scratch. You don't need years of training or expensive instruments. You just need a text prompt and a click of a button. Even a child could do it. And that's what's wild, is that the music that it generates isn't just passable. It's often legitimately good. It's not Grammy-worthy, mind you, but certainly good enough to make you do a double take and say, wait, that's AI? Suno uses a combination of transformer models and diffusion models, similar to other generative AI tools. These models analyze vast amounts of musical data to create original compositions based on your input. You can tweak the style, extend the song, and even choose the language. And the kicker is that Suno has built-in safeguards to avoid mimicking specific artists or infringing on copyrighted content, which should make it lawyer-friendly, at least for now. But let's be real, even though AI music isn't topping the charts just yet, it's still making waves. The phrase I hear most often when I share a Suno-generated track is, "That's crazy." I'm paraphrasing, of course, the responses are usually more colorful, but the sentiment is the same. People are genuinely awestruck when they hear AI music that could easily slip into a Spotify playlist. And that's the thing. How many AI-generated songs have you already heard without realizing that they were written by an algorithm? Hell, even the background music playing during this very talk was created using Suno. That's the future we're living in. In preparation for this talk, I approached some of my colleagues in the BBD marketing department for song suggestions. I asked them to make them as obscure as they wished so I could truly demonstrate the current capabilities of AI-generated music. You'll hear the results shortly, and I have to warn you, they may surprise you, some may disturb you, or both. May Bolton came up with an interesting topic, a folk song dedicated to how her dog Nova is the best dog in the world and her best friend. Let's hear the result of her prompt.
Woke up early, morning sun shines. Nova's bark, it's a friend of mine. With those eyes, so kind and true. Best companion, it's always you. Down the trail where wildflowers bloom, footsteps echo under the moon. Chasing shadows in gentle breeze, Nova runs with grace and ease. Oh, Nova, my faithful friend, by my side until the end. Through the valleys, over hills, love like yours forever still. In the night, when the world is asleep, Nova's guard, her vigil she'll keep. Softly snoring by my bed, dreams of fields where we both tread. Down the trail where wildflowers bloom, Footsteps echo under the moon, chasing shadows in gentle breeze. Nova runs with grace and ease. Oh Nova, my faithful friend, by my side until the end. Through the valleys, over hills, love like yours forever still. When the world is asleep, Nova's guard her vigil she'll keep. Softly snoring by my bed, dreams of fields where we both tread. Golden fur in the morning light, running free, such a joyful sight. With each wag, with each glance, Nova leads me in this dance. Oh Nova, my faithful friend, by my side until the end. Through the valleys, over hills, love like yours forever still.
That's very cute. Now let's imagine I'm a budding musician using traditional methods to create a song. Here's how the process would go. First, I'd start with writing the lyrics and composing the music. I'd need to decide on the concept and theme, what message, story, or vibe do I want the song to convey. And with that in mind, I'd craft the lyrics, making sure the verses, chorus, and bridge flow well together with the melody. Then it's time to compose, developing the melody, chord progressions, and overall structure like the intro verses and choruses. Next comes pre-production. I'd lay down a rough demo using basic instruments or software to get a feel for the song. At this stage, I'd also finalize the arrangement, deciding on the instrumentation, tempo, and overall style. Now it's on to recording. This starts with capturing each instrument, typically beginning with the rhythm section like drums and bass, before layering guitars, keyboards, and so on. After the instruments, I'd record the vocals, first laying down the lead, and then adding harmonies or backing vocals. Multiple takes are key here, giving flexibility for edits later. Once the recording is done, I'd move on to editing. This is where I'd sift through the takes and choose the best parts, a process known as comping. I'd need to fine-tune the timing or pitch using software tools like Autotune or Melodyne. And with everything sounding clean, I'd head into mixing. Here, I'd balance the levels between vocals and instruments so that they blend smoothly. I'd also add effects like reverb, delay, and EQ to enhance the overall sound and create the right atmosphere. Panning would be crucial too, positioning sounds in the stereo field to give the song depth. After mixing, it's time to master the track. This is where I'd apply the final touches like compression, limiting, and EQ, ensuring the song sounds polished across all platforms and devices, whether you're listening on your phone or in your car or through headphones. And once that's done, I'd export the final audio file, usually in both WAV and MP3 formats. Lastly, production kicks in. I'd create teasers, social media posts, and marketing campaigns to generate a buzz. I'd also pitch my track on playlists, blogs, and radio stations, trying to get as much exposure as possible. From start to finish, this whole process can easily take months to complete. Now let's look at the 2-minute process you'd need to follow on Suno. First, you'd need to click create, and from here you can define whether or not you want the song to be purely instrumental or if you'd like vocals. You also have the option to upload lyrics of your own, but if you opt not to, Suno will create lyrics for you based on your prompt. Then it's as simple as hitting create, and Suno will spit out 2 versions of your desired song in less than the time it takes to brew a cup of coffee. Let's have a listen now at what Kiara Smith decided to create, a pop song about a dinosaur that brings his grandmother some polony.
A dino in the morning light brings joy to all he sees. He grabs a bag of pollen, takes it to his gram with ease. Through the jungle he does roam, tiny flowers greet his feet. He knows his granny's waiting pollen, oh what a treat. Dino bringing love with me. Polony makes it sweet for his granny that he loves, a tree from up above. His tiny arms just hold it tight. He travels miles on his own to make his granny stay so bright, with Polony all alone. Oh, the way her eyes do shine every time she sees the slice. Polony makes the moments fine. Dino brings it nice. Dino bringing love with me. Polony makes it sweet for his granny that he loves, a tree from up above. His tiny arms just hold it tight. He travels miles on his own to make his granny stay so bright, with Polony all alone. Oh, the way her eyes do shine every time she sees the slice. Polony makes the moments fine. Dino brings it nice. Ooh, ooh. Dino bringing love with me. Polony makes it sweet for his granny that he loves, a tree from up above.
It's pretty scary how much more efficient the robots are at this. If we set our fears aside though, we start to see that AI-generated music can actually bring some practical advantages to different stages of music production, composition, and distribution, if used in conjunction with human ability. First, there's speed and efficiency. AI can whip up melodies, harmonies, and rhythms in a matter of seconds, making the songwriting process much faster. It's also great for rapid prototyping. Artists and producers can quickly create drafts or even full songs to explore ideas before diving into more intensive production. Then there's cost effectiveness. AI tools can reduce production costs by taking over some of the tasks that would traditionally require studio sessions or hiring musicians, arrangers, and sound designers. It also allows businesses and content creators to get custom music on a smaller budget. On the creative side, AI can be a helpful source of inspiration. It can suggest new melodies, chord progressions, or even lyrics, helping artists break through creative blocks. It also encourages genre experimentation, allowing musicians to explore new styles and sounds outside of their usual comfort zones. Personalization is another big win. AI can create music tailored to specific moods, events, or preferences, making it perfect for soundtracks or background music in different settings. In some cases, it can even produce real-time adaptive music that adjusts dynamically based on user interaction, like in video games or fitness apps. For commercial use, AI-generated tracks are scalable. They can be mass-produced for content libraries, background scores, or royalty-free music. Plus, localization becomes easier. AI can generate music suited to different regional tastes, languages, and cultures, allowing for easy adaptation in global markets. AI also opens up music creation to non-musicians. With a low barrier to entry, even those without formal training can create polished tracks, democratizing music production. Aspiring musicians can also benefit from AI tools that offer chord suggestions, arrangement tips, or even automatic accompaniment, allowing them to learn faster. Data-driven insights are another area where AI shines. By analyzing trends and audience preferences, it can help artists create music that's more likely to connect with listeners. It also powers music curation, generating playlists or background tracks that match specific tastes or themes. Finally, AI offers efficient music analysis and remixing. It can automatically generate remixes or mashups by analyzing existing tracks and creating fresh variations. It's also great for audio restoration, cleaning up noise, balancing levels, and even restoring missing elements in older recordings. You see, AI-generated music is more than just a tool. It's a way to streamline processes, providing creative support and scalable solutions, making it valuable for both indie creators and large-scale music projects alike. I see it this way. With the rise of AI music, it might feel intimidating for many musicians, especially for those who value the craft and emotional depth of their work. There's value in focusing on the potential positives. AI, rather than being a threat, can serve as a powerful tool to enhance creativity, assist in ideation, speed up the songwriting process. It's easy to imagine AI offering a fresh perspective when you're stuck in a rut or providing new sounds and ideas you might not have considered. The technology can be a helpful collaborator, providing a foundation or a springboard for your artistic vision. Sure, with AI, I could technically spend a day cranking out as many songs as possible and uploading a full 10 albums to Spotify. The efficiency and sheer volume that AI offers is undeniable. But in doing that, something irreplaceable would be missing: the human touch. Music is, at its core, more than just notes and rhythms. It's about emotion, connection, and the subtle imperfections that make a song resonate deeply with the listener. The soul of a song comes from the nuances that only a human artist can provide, the unique phrasing of a vocal line, the intentional pauses, and even the slight flaws that give music its character. In that sense, AI isn't exactly where musicianship goes to die. Instead, it could be where a new generation of musicians is born. For emerging artists, AI can lower the barriers to entry, giving them the tools to create, learn, and experiment without needing extensive resources. It might empower those who have musical ideas but lack the technical skills, enabling to bring their visions to life. Established musicians might also find it liberating, using AI to explore new genres or creative directions they wouldn't typically venture into. Ultimately, AI in music doesn't have to be seen as a replacement for human creativity, but as a complement to it. It's a new medium that, when combined with genuine human artistry, could lead to innovative sounds and styles that we've yet to imagine. Instead of fearing it, embracing AI might just open the door to a new wave of musical evolution, one that merges the best of both worlds: the efficiency and versatility of technology and the irreplaceable heart and soul of human expression. Thank you very much.